How about a Coppola quick facts?
Coppola quick facts here. I have a bunch of quick facts. There's actually a lot going on behind the scenes, especially with the marketing and stuff, and then also kind of the inspiration for the movie. So I'll just jump straight into it. Writer-director Oz Perkins drew inspiration from several sources. The plot device of the evil doll that causes fathers to murder their families was loosely inspired by the killing of John Benet Ramsey. In that, I think this is a quote from Oz Perkins. The murder took place approaching Christmas, and one of the presents that the parents got for John Benet was a life-size replica doll of herself wearing one of her pageant dresses, which is so creepy, dude.
Oh, my God.
You think
It was,
it?
I don't know. Whatever happened to that family? I don't know.
I don't know.
Bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go watch all like the thousands of documentaries that are still coming out.
Seriously.
About them. There's so many.
Bunch of weird shit before and after the murder.
Yeah,
people are obsessed with that case. Like fucking Nancy Grace was talking about it every single day for like 10 years.
That's what made her career.
Anyways, it was in a cardboard box in the basement, which was about 15 feet from where she was killed.
Yeah, some insider information here, Patrick.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not the coroner from this movie. And there was something so insane about that I cataloged away. Oz Perkins cataloged away, and that was, I think, probably the initial like jumping off point for this story. Perkins, who is, as we said, the son of Anthony Perkins, who, of course, played Norman Bates in Psycho, and his mom is model photographer Barry Berenson. He has cited that the film, which is mainly about mothers keeping secrets, was inspired by Berenson, who stuck with Anthony Perkins for, they were married for a long, long time, despite knowing that he was gay. And Oz Perkins told People magazine that the film was inspired by his mother's treatment towards Anthony Perkins's relationships that he had, shielding the public and the Perkins children from knowledge of anything going on. Oz Perkins was quoted as saying, "Your mother can protect you from a truth that she thinks is unsavory, and then you just build out a crazy movie around that." That's, finding something positive, I guess.
Yeah.
from the trauma that he went through as a kid. But I gotta wonder, like, when did he find out? It's just, why is Dad so into scarves? I don't know.
Wait, your dad doesn't have a massive collection of scarves?
Osgood Perkins thought of only two actors when he was thinking of the role of Longlegs, which I will remind you that Longlegs is a kind of ambiguous, sexually androgynous devil creature with white face makeup and long hair and crooked ass weird teeth and just the weirdest freak in the world. And the two people that he came up with to play the role were Nicolas Cage and Brad Pitt. I guess. I mean, acting wise, of course.
I would have liked to see Brad Pitt do it. That would have been funny.
Brad Pitt would be interesting.
I would love to see his take on the character.
It's just weird. Name a role that you'd think of that you'd think like, oh yeah, either Nicolas Cage or Brad Pitt. Just in anything. Like, what kind of a character would that be?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're both wildly different.
Very different people, but they both have the unique ability to be like leading men and character actors. We've talked about this in the past. Or like Brad Pitt can go really off the wall, as we've seen. Don't get him near an airplane, but
God damn it, dude. God damn it.
He can go kind of, insane, like in 12 Monkeys or California, that one where he played an actual murderer, roles like Fight Club, where he's kind of more of a unsavory character. I don't know. I could see it. but like why bring in, a super handsome dude like a Nick Cage or a Brad Pitt and make them into whatever the hell Longlegs is? I don't know. It's weird. From an acting standpoint, sure. But from a facial standpoint, you could have, just hired Rocky Dennis to play the character.
God damn it.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you know Rocky Dennis' story.
Yeah.
He's unavailable.
Bring in the Elephant Man.
Also
dead.
Or the guy who played the Elephant Man.
Yep. Nicolas Cage's makeup and mannerisms for the film bear some resemblance to the likeness of Marilyn Manson back in the 90s, especially, who was viewed as a Satanist during the 90s, and then until his career petered out, and then he did a bunch of nefarious stuff and was hanging out with Brad Pitt on the airplane. And
God damn it! Don't you dare!
Hey, he went into acting. I thought
into that. He went into acting.
He had a bit part on Eastbound and Down, right?
And Californication and a couple other shows. He was terrible.
Was he?
Yeah, he was terrible. Awful.
Yeah, I know he was on the Wonder Years. I remember that.
Remember the shit when you try. Yeah, full circle. Then you started acting, and
yeah.
I just like it. It's just funny, like if you were an edgelord in the '90s, how
that's a different meaning now.
How ultimately, maybe just like how ultimately useless of a person you actually are in modern society. Like all the shit that would make you edgy in the '90s basically just doesn't translate into anything useful, and then you turn into a 50-year-old and you're just kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
Staring down the barrel of my future.
You're an edgelord in a different country.
Oh, yeah.
When co-editor Greg Ning first saw dailies of Nicolas Cage, he actually had no idea that it was Nicolas Cage playing the role. He just was like, wow, this is creepy. And then what?
Right.
That's Nicolas Cage. Crazy, dude. Especially like we said, like this movie didn't cost a whole lot. How did you even get Nick Cage to be in this?
Yeah.
Well, Saturn Films
convinced him to wear that.
Saturn Films was listed in the credits as one of the production companies. So kick him a few bucks to his production company, and
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I guess his company threw in a few bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the type of guy that if he really wants to be part of that project, he'll take pay cuts.
Yeah, he had a free weekend or so.
Yeah,
for sure.
Go in and shoot all his stuff, and
he was already wearing the makeup. That's weird.
He's just walking around Hollywood with it.
I don't get the sense that he was filming for a long period of time.
No,
it was short.
There's only like 3 locations that we see Longlegs in.
Mm-hmm.
He's maybe in 5 minutes of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Maybe. This one is this was used heavily in the marketing, but Micah Monroe was kept completely in the dark over co-star Nicolas Cage's transformation as the serial killer Longlegs, and had never seen Cage in character. She did know that Nick was the one, I guess, but didn't see him as Longlegs until they shot their infamous interrogation scene, which also happened to be Cage's final day on set. During filming, Monroe wore a microphone on her shirt, which, along with her dialogue, was sensitive enough to also capture her heartbeat. Monroe's initial resting heart rate was 76 beats per minute, and when the scene ended, it had spiked to a rate of 170 beats per minute. The sound of her panicked heartbeat was then used in a final promotion trailer prior to the film's release. In an IndieWire interview, Monroe recalled, "It was insane. It was absolutely insane. As you know, he completely transformed. There's no trace of Nick in there. His voice, his mannerisms, he was very much method on this. So it was in character, and it's a very disturbing character, to say the least." You could see Nick just, even when they yell cut, "Happy birthday. Can I get a cup of coffee?
God, how awesome would it be?
If I need help, I can't play a lift."
I want like a blooper or like a parody of the interrogation scene as him dressed up as our boy from Deadfall.
Eddie, yeah. So I guess going back to that quick fact, though, it mentioned that was his last day of filming, and that's the scene that he's in has the most screen time in. So he definitely couldn't have been filming for that long for the other scenes. So yeah, he was probably only shooting for a few days.
Yeah.
Aside from the scene, I guess the scene in front of the house where he's talking to young Lee.
And then there's the scene in the store.
The scene in the store. The other ones were all solo, like just Nick on his own. So
because he's in the basement for a couple of shots. He's in the store interacting with the teenager, and then he's in the car doing his Cage freak out.
And even in the scene when he has her mom tied up, that could have been a stunt double.
Oh yeah,
obviously it wasn't him in the house when she gets the letter. It's not Nick actually there. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways that they could have filmed his double villain, but
save a little bit of a budget.
Yeah.
As we've seen, like on Arsenal, he was paid for 24 hours, and that's all he gave him was 24 hours.
And boy, did he.
Boy, did he. So, something like that could be how they did it with this one, too. I don't know.
As shitty as that movie is, that still kind of impresses me that they got all of that in 24 hours.
That movie, I feel like, we talked about it on the show. I think it was only filmed in like 13 days, but it felt like it probably was only filmed in like 4.
Yeah.
Like just a couple of amateur filmmakers put together a piece of shit and dumped it on Netflix or whatever, wherever the hell that came out.
DirecTV.
Let's name it Arsenal so it shows up first in the selection. Fuck you. So stupid.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Despite the praise and acclaim of his portrayal as Longlegs, Nicolas Cage has stated that this will be his first and only portrayal of a serial killer for a film. In an interview with IndieWire, Cage said, "I know that the phone is going to be ringing off the hook to play serial killers after Longlegs, and that's not really what I like to do. I don't like violence. I don't like to play people who are hurting people," which we have seen Nick kind of take this stance on things before, but then suddenly he'll do one,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm never going to do that. And then he's playing a fucking satanic murderer.
He gave us Eddie King twice.
Yeah, twice. Gave us Face Off Boy.
Yeah.
Well, he was kind of playing the good guy, so.
True, I guess that's right. That was the way that he argued it in his head, if I remember correctly, is that he started out as the villain, but because of the face off, he became the good guy.
Yeah.
This, as we mentioned, did way better than they were expecting. And it actually was the highest grossing independent horror film since Insidious Chapter 2, which was back in 2013. So after 11 years in between those two films, that's pretty impressive that it did that well. And a lot of that is credited to this insane viral marketing campaign that they had, which we'll get into here. Perkins actually credited Neon for the film's marketing, saying the studio asked me really early on, do we have your permission to kind of go nuts? And boy, did they ever. They really swung for the fences on this thing. And I said, what else are we going to do here? Go for it. Do your thing. The film's total marketing budget was under $10 million, though, focusing on using digital content over traditional ads, TV ads. They did have trailers and stuff, but it was all online. I don't even know if I ever saw, I don't really watch TV anymore, but I don't think I saw anything about Longlegs on TV, but there were billboards. There was tons of internet marketing all over the place. I saw it nonstop for a few weeks there. I don't think anybody's on, watching TV really anymore. So, the old market of watching television and getting a trailer is kind of gone by the wayside. Osgood Perkins actually requested not using Nicolas Cage on the posters or in the trailer, despite playing the lead character role. So Neon had to come up with a creative plan to promote and sell the movie without depending on Nick Cage, which they did such a good job of. We talked about it offline, but you know, I felt like the success of Blair Witch Project way back when was like, you never see the witch, you never see the ghost, you never see whatever is attacking them. And it just kind of like makes you more like you imagine what this monster is, or, you know, you kind of impart your own feelings towards whatever is doing this. And I feel like that has a nice like psychological touch to it that, you know, ultimately you're going to create something that is the ultimate scary thing for you.
And Longlegs looms large over this whole movie, even though he's not in it a lot. So they think they hit that perfectly. That fear of the unknown and the imagination that everybody has. Can do wonders in a horror setting.
A great job of that. Longlegs actually had a popular social media marketing campaign which went viral and included billboards with nothing but the phone number 458-666-4355, which led to a recorded message of Longlegs himself saying, "I'll be waiting." If the number was called, you know, that would be the message before the movie came out. And then after it came out, it would be singing "Happy Birthday" like in the movie
for 24 minutes.
For 24 minutes straight.
It goes on like that for another 24 minutes.
Oh, okay. A series of short videos containing ciphers, a series of images on Instagram, a fake website for the in-movie murder cases with photos and case details called The Birthday Murders, which I think is still up, and an alternate reality game requiring fans to use all of the clues from the website and from the marketing campaign and from the phone call and all that kind of stuff to decode puzzles and obtain passwords to open downloadable files and stuff, which I'm guessing were, you know, pieces of the trailer or like the, you know, little clips from the film or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but a crazy amount of thought put into that whole campaign.
That's cool. So it's like to echo Blair Witch, the Blair Witch did a lot of similar stuff when the Blair Witch Project came out. They had a whole bunch of internet marketing and was like one of the first mainstream films to actually use it a lot. Like they had a website, they had like fake articles about the Blair Witch story, and like they created IMDB pages for each of the characters as actors and listed them as deceased and had like missing posters and stuff for them. So they were like really capturing that. So that's cool that they did that for us as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of not done as much as you would think based on the success. I mean, I guess not everybody's successful doing it that way, but like some of these films have been really successful marketing that way. I feel like Paranormal Activity kind of did the same thing when that happened.
In terms of like return on investment, it's got to be pretty good. I mean, even if it's not that successful, it can't cost that much to do something like this. You just, you know, pay some developers, some freelance developers and folks to do it. It's still going to be cheaper than an ad spot on YouTube or something.
Yeah, like we said, under $10 million. You know, nowadays an ad could cost you $10 million to run on television, you know?
Yep.
So,
and even that, like I don't watch TV either, but I saw ads for this all over the place. And I don't know if it's...
I think it was mostly online,
Yeah, I was like trying to remember where. I guess YouTube ads and Hulu ads and all kinds of stuff. Like it's all... The algorithm probably knows I like Nick Cage, so it stuck them all over the place in front of me.
Yeah. I opened up my Hulu account the other day to Con Air and I think The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and like two other Nick Cage movies, like just front and center. I'm like, hey, now it knows. While referred to almost exclusively as Longlegs, the titular killer's real name is Dale Ferdinand Cobble. Though not explicitly stated, Longlegs refers to Dale in his human form, in which he literally has long legs, as opposed to the short legs of the dolls, which if you notice, like all the dolls have these little tiny legs that are like kind of proportionate to the kid, but then they have like tiny little legs. But the actual story of the killer's nickname goes unexplained in the film, but it's actually an homage to an old nursery rhyme called Goosey Goosey Gander, with the earliest publication being in Grammar Girton's Garland, or the Nursery Parnassus, published in London in 1784. An alternate version of the nursery rhyme is known as Old Father Longlegs and goes as follows. Old Father Longlegs can't get his prayers. Take him by the leg and throw him downstairs. This nursery rhyme refers to priest holes, which were hiding places for itinerant. Is that how you say it? Itinerant Catholic priests. Thank you for the one educated person here. During the persecutions under the reign of King Henry VIII, his children Edward and Queen Elizabeth, and later under Oliver Cromwell. Upon being discovered, the priest would be forcibly taken from the house, thrown down the stairs, and be tortured. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like all those old nursery rhymes. They're like, when you dive into them a little bit.
Oh, yeah, they're all messed up.
Holy shit. But yeah, that fits perfectly with our character. So.
Just about spinning around a rose, ring around the rosy.
Yeah.
It's about a little playtime fun.
Fun time family fun.
Yeah.